Hello friends, happy Monday. Come on in. It's happy hour with Art and Grace. My name is Deb, and if you are hearing me right now, you're probably watching the replay, so go ahead and put hashtag replay so I can say hi to you. And be sure and let me know where you're watching from. It's always fun to know, especially if you're new and I don't know. You can just put what state. But we are kicking off our Breast Cancer Awareness Month here. Hey, Carrie, glad you're here, my friend. How are you today? How was your work day? So you're seeing lots of pink. Lots of pink. Hi, Cheryl. And I have quite a few little things to give away this month, so you don't want to miss anything. Hi, Penny. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Terry. So glad y'all are popping in. I've missed everybody. It's really good to be sitting here and paint with you guys tonight. I'm going to open this recent, what do you call it? ATC I got. I can't find my little, I don't know why it's so hard for me to find things on this desk. So we'll just open this up and see what it is. Carrie, I'm doing better. It's just one of those, oh, that's so pretty. Isn't that pretty? I look at paper so different now that I'm making these ATCs. I'm always thinking, ooh, that would be pretty to use on an ATC. You could even, if you're one of those people that doesn't mind fussy cutting, you could cut out those pretty gold stars. Hey, Cindy from Michigan. Thank you, Christy. Good to see you. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Kelvy. How are you today? Hi, Brookie. Did you get your Happy Mail yet? If not, it'll be there tomorrow. Hi, Nanette. Thank you for sprinkling, Cynthia. And hi, Lori. Glad y'all are here. You guys make my day for sure. Okay, kind words are like honey, sweet to the soul. I love that. That's a nice sticker you got. Oh, and stamps. This isn't an ATC. Who sent this? Hold on. It didn't say in here. Somebody. Let me just look at this address. I can't show y'all, but California. California. I'm going to have to think about that. I think this might be Cindy. That is the sweetest thing, Cindy. If that's you, now if not, I will figure it out because I really want to be able to thank you, but this is like gold to me. Having stamps is awesome. Thank you, whoever. And if you're on here and you know you did it, you can tell us, let us know. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate you guys sprinkling. Oh, thank you, Carrie. Oh my goodness, I'm telling you, it's just so depressing what their Facebook does to me. Gosh, yes, doesn't it, Christy? It gets me down. Bart, did y'all hear Blue say hi? Hi, Teresa. Hey, Kimberly. I hope I said hi to all of you, and if I didn't, I'll go back. Hi, Paula. Glad y'all are here. Hey, Vonda, how are you today? We sure loved your ATC card. It was beautiful. Sherry, it's a little better. It is a little better. It's not great, but it is better than yesterday and better than the day before. So Saturday was horrible. Sunday was a little better. And then today it's a little better. So that's about how it goes. Oh, good. Jill, I'm glad. You are more than welcome. Cynthia, I'll give her a hug for you. Hey, Monica, I'm glad too. I love it when you guys pop in. So these two I created today. You may have seen them if you're in the VIP group or if you're a Patreon supporter, which thank you so much because some of you sweet Patreon supporters are actually in the VIP group. So that is just a complete blessing. You do not have to do both. You know, if you're a Patreon supporter, you're going to get some things, but if you're in the VIP, you get everything. So you do not have to do the supporter too on the Patreon, but I know I've messaged a couple of you about it and you've said, no, I want to, but don't worry about keeping up with that. That's a lot. So thank you though. But anyway, the Patreon group got these today. What I thought we would do is, I think, what I'm going to do is encourage everybody to send out a couple or as many as you can to friends and family who you want to remind. So, I'm one of those that needs the push, and there's probably other people that that need a little push to go get their mammogram. So maybe if you make them something, it doesn't even have to be an ATC, but just this is what we're doing in my group, and a lot of people are sending to me, and I'm sending back one. So you may get a pink one this month. But I also put this little tag on it that has mammogram date. And I was suggesting send a magnet with it so they can put it on their fridge and have that date. So anyway, those are, a couple that I've done recently. Oh, I wanted to show you these two from Inga MacArthur, because I don't think everybody got to see these. I try to open them live as much as possible. And she's tucked little things in the little pockets, but aren't they precious? So cute. That's just a little resin piece of something. And then a little key tucked in, a little ticket. This is just my favorite with all the pink. And look at this. I guess it's embossed. I don't know. I've never done the embossing. So isn't that so sweet? I love it. Hi, Trisha. Thank you. I love these. So thank you, Inga. She is the sweetest. I just can't brag on my VIP group enough. I have the sweetest people. Okay, let's do a couple of easy ones. This won't take us long. So if you're here and you're like, oh, she's never going to get done in 30 minutes, I promise you I will. Oh, and I pulled my queen cards. So for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, if you're going to paint some pink things, wouldn't it be fun to use your queen? So that's why I pulled those. So what I'll do is I'll paint on my watercolor paper that I've already cut to 2.5 by 3.5. And then when I'm done and after it's dried, I will glue that onto my card so that the other side has the queen. So it'll be just like that. Does that make sense? So that's what we're going to do. Thank you. Oh, hey, Liz. I'm glad to see you. How are you feeling? Okay, let's get started. Gotta take a little drink. Okay. I know you can hear the raspiness. It's allergies. My husband's borderline sick. He's not, but he's got really bad allergies, and mine are just minimal. Oh, you did? Are you talking about breast cancer awareness, Monica? I know. Inga did good, didn't she? She is very creative and very talented, as most of the people that I know are. You guys, I think everybody has things they're good at and better at than others, and sometimes it blows me away how talented you guys are. Okay, so here's what I want to show you is this really pretty, I'm looking for my white pearl, and I don't see it, but it should be right here. There it is. You know that phrase, if it was a snake, it would have bit me? Oh, who said that? Oh, Monica, listen, I know, I don't even know why I put it off. I don't really have a good reason because, like I said in my post earlier, you can find plenty of places that do them free. You really can, especially the month of October. So just do a Google in your area, and if you don't have insurance or something, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Several will pop up. I'm just going to grab a flat brush, and I am going to take this white pearl and paint the whole back of this card with that white pearl. I hope y'all can see on camera how pretty it is. And I'll hold it up here in a second. But that's all my base is going to be, is that white pearl. Let's see if y'all can see that. You'll have to let me know. It's so shimmery and pretty. Okay, good. Thanks, Trisha. And Trisha, I hope you got your question answered. And if not, I'll check when I'm done and see if you need more help with that. Let me know. You guys are always welcome to message me if you ever have a question. Sometimes I don't see, like if you tag me, or if even in a messenger message, if I fail to see it, message me again or something. Hi, Carolyn. Good. You can see it, Penny. Yeah, it's really pretty. So that's our base. And then I'm going to show you how simple this little angel is. I know we're all going to be painting things like this, so you can use anybody's that you like. But this is a very... Oh, I forgot my skin color. I always grab a little... I'll tell you the easiest way if you don't have like a skin color, This is burlap, so this would be a good base to start with, but most people have a brown, so I'm going to show you with a brown. So you take that brown, we're going to move a little bit off to the side. I know my palette's so messy, it's probably hard for you to tell what I'm doing. Grabbing some white. Now, we all tend to make our skin for our paintings about the same color as what we are, right? It just seems like that's what we do. If you're dark skinned, you're going to want a dark one. If you're fair like me, you're going to want a fair one, but you can do these in many ways. So I'm just going to kind of show you sort of an in-between skin color. So we've kind of already lightened it up to a pretty good skin color, but sometimes depending on if your brown, it has enough warmth in it, you might need to add a little bit of yellow or a little bit of pink. So I have pink sitting here. I'm going to add just a little bit, and I'm actually really good with this. So if we had just used the burlap, it would have been really dull, but this is a really pretty skin color, and you'll be able to see when I start painting here. So we're going to do our head first and just let your brush do the work. So just kind of a, you know, little oval sort of shape. Listen, I don't worry about these being perfect. You want it, I am I like saying done is better than perfect. And if I waited to be perfect, I would never have anything done. I'd never be able to send any of these out. So just get up on here and do you a little oval, and it's going to be fine. Even if it's a little wonky, that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Everybody say it together. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Lisa. You sent a request to start my VIP. Jill, you're in there, aren't you? You're in there. You're in the VIP. Teresa, you love this shimmer. I'm glad. Hi, Trisha. Hold the bottle of white shimmer. Yes, it's white pearl. My absolute favorite. They also have an oyster pearl, and it's pretty too, but the white pearl has become my favorite. So I'm going to take my white, since I don't have a template I'm going by, I'm just going to take my white and kind of make one. And I'm just going to try to do as good as I can without a little tracer here, but just come up. It's the shape of a bell is how I always kind of feel like I'm doing. Now this one is not perfect by any means, but I'm going to show you how it's okay. You know, let it be imperfect. So there's our little kind of dress shape. And then for the wings, you're going to just start kind of at the shoulder, come up. I kind of come high and then back down. I kind of came in a little and curved out. And then grab that and bring it up and meet back up. See that? And then on the other side, you're just trying to match it. Now, one thing you can do is if you don't have a tracer, now if you're in the VIP group, you're going to have this tracer. But if you don't, then you can either find one online or practice on scratch paper. And once you get it, then do it. Or if you're like me, I will do this and then I will cut right in half and take that, you know, the part that I've written on and flip it over and trace that onto this side. That way they're completely exact. Does that make sense? Do y'all know what I'm saying? So come up, come back down. You can even kind of start out here if you need to, because I want it to kind of be about the same height. Let's see if we did. Like that. So there's our little... Who said sprinkled? Thank you, Veronica. How are you tonight? I'm glad you're here. Oh, I know. Oh, you're so welcome, Angela. It does help. I mean, it even helps me. So that's why I always say, I wish you were all in there. You know, I wish everybody could be in there. And it's such a intimate group, you know. It sounds, I mean, not a lot compared to some groups, but 100 people sounds like a lot to me. But it still feels so, you feel at home, I think. You guys can let me know, but I think it feels very small. obviously not 100 people are always going to be chit-chatting and talking and things. You know, you kind of have a core group that's very active, and then the rest come and go, pop in, do what they can. But, you know, some people are just so busy they don't have time to chit-chat. So it doesn't feel overwhelming. And you can actually form friendships with people, which that's my favorite part. I love that we have the friendships. Okay, so there's my little wonky angels. They are not perfect. You guys watched me do it. So they are not by any means perfect. I'm getting a little bit larger round brush. Yes, you did. I'm glad. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Trisha. We're going to do one in my hot pink, or it's royal fuchsia. So I'm taking that royal fuchsia. Let me move this over and see if you can see. Royal fuchsia, and then I'm going to just kind of grab some white. And I don't want to do too much. I'm going to put it on, bring it down, and then I'm coming right beside it and doing it again. And if you'll do it this way, you won't lose that pretty, I don't know what the word is. But, you know, you see the pink and the white in this. If I keep going over it like I'm doing right here, you start to kind of lose it. So I'm going to leave it like this. Maybe do a little right there. And let this dry before I do anything else. So it looks very incomplete, but that's okay. We're going to set that aside and let it dry. Hi, Sydney. How are you tonight? You've used glue tape, and is the pearl white a DecoArt? Yes, this is a DecoArt glue tape. Glue tape. Oh, you slept at a hotel and you didn't have a good night. Is that it? Oh, Joanne, I love it. I do it every month. I think, you know, obviously my page is for women, and I'm here to serve ladies and try to help them any way I can. But, you know, one of the ways is to kind of push each other to get those mammograms and take care of ourselves. So many of us have lost somebody we loved, and, you know, possibly even mothers and grandmothers, sisters, best friends. And of course it affects men too, but my page is really about ladies. And so it's just kind of a good chance to remind each other of these important things, kind of push each other, you know, gently, lovingly, to do what we need to do to take care of ourselves so we can be here for our families. Good. I am better tonight, girl. Yes, it is, Brooke. That's exactly right. Isn't it, Liz? Did I get you hooked on it? Okay, so then let's grab this one while that other pink one dries, and we will do some, you know, wings. So for your wings, I'm going to take the light pink here with white, and I've got a lot of white, very little of the light pink, and I'm just going to kind of come and fill this in. Very simple, guys. Just fill in that shape. Whoops, that was a lot of pink, so we'll see how this turns out. I need to add some, yeah, that's a lot of pink. So I'm going to kind of clean that brush off and get a lot of white. Come right back over it. It'll be okay. You can fix anything with your acrylic paint. We're just going to go back over it with a little white. And then we'll have another layer of white on top of this. For now, I'm saying that's good. I'm going to set that to the side, work on this one. Do you see, guys? I'm telling you, we're going to do this in 30 minutes. We have probably 10 minutes left if I had to guess. Oh, Jenny, I'm just so frustrated with it. And here's what I think frustrates me more than just being in pain is how Facebook punishes us for not being on Facebook all the time. So I cannot sit here and paint every day. It just hurts my back too bad. But if I don't go live every day, they don't show me to anybody. This morning, my post, they'll tell you how many they showed. 50 people. It was 54 people saw my post. And it's just depressing. It really gets me down. And tomorrow I'll be fine. Tomorrow I'll be, you know, this happens all the time. But I just feel like I work so hard and it doesn't pay off because they won't show my page to people or what I do. So it's just one of those things that I don't have any control over, so I might as well not gripe. But sometimes I get so frustrated. This one's a little chubby angel. This one has to be me. So I'm not sure who asked, but I do see Monica said something to you. So on my website, which is artgracepaint.com, that should be down at the bottom, but I don't see it. So I don't know if you guys see it down at the bottom, but it's not there on my iPad. But anyway, just go to artgracepaint.com. You will see a little pink. It will probably remind you of this. It's like a pink, and it says, you know, sign up to swap or ATC swap, something like that. Oh, Kim, it's not your job. It's their job. But the only thing I think that will help is if you see a post of mine is to comment, give it a heart, you know, say, hey, how you doing? Or yes, that's true. Or just any kind of comment. That's really, they just want people to engage with our page. And so the funny thing is if they only show 53 people and their own statistics tell us that 5% will engage, well, I mean, that's a couple of, you know, I don't know. It's just one of those things. So I don't know. It's okay. It's just, I get frustrated. Y'all have heard, I'm sure heard me gripe before, and I don't mean to, so. I'm grabbing my white, just a little bit of pink, and we're going to come back over what we did and just start giving this little, I need more white, just giving this little, you know, kind of like feathers is the look that I go for here. So just little, you're letting your brush do it. This is not any special talent. I promise y'all can do it. Whenever y'all say, oh, I wish I could do that, you can. I'm grateful that I'm able to do it, but I promise so are you. So you're just letting a small brush make those little marks that look sort of like feathers. Let me hold that up close. Laveda, thank you for the stars. Thank you, Betty. I appreciate it. Yes, it is, Vonda. Thank you, Christy. Are we in a stars party? Do they even have those anymore? Paula, you can exchange with me. I'm doing that with the public. But inside my VIP group is where we are exchanging with each other. And that's what you're probably hearing people talk about. And sometimes when I'm showing cards, they're from people in my VIP group. But if anybody sends one to me, I'm sending one right back to you. So I'm exchanging with anybody. But that way, I'm not giving out everybody's address to the public. It's more of a controlled thing inside the group. That's how I'm doing it. Okay, so there's this one with the wings. And I do want to add more to her body. Thank you. Thank you, guys. But you're seeing how easy, right? I want y'all to know you can do this. Paula, when you sign up, I'll go in and send you an email, and it will have my address, and it will have a freebie that you can print and use on your cards if you want to. So again, I'm taking that fuchsia and some white, doing the same thing again, where we just come through, kind of start at the top and come down, and don't overlap what you've done, and that way you get this pretty blend of colors. Just grabbing a little more white. And as long as you're really not going over it again, you're just kind of letting it stay, then you get that really pretty, what's the word? I don't even know how to describe it. Words are hard for me, guys. So that one, I want to have that look. Yes, you're welcome. Just message me if you have any trouble, or if you've done that and you haven't received your email or you can't find it. Usually it's that you can't find it because a lot of email carriers put those emails in junk or spam because, you know, to them it looks like I'm just trying to sell something or get something, or I don't know. So that they just kind of automatically put those where they think they go, like junk or spam or promos. It goes to promos a lot. So a lot of times that's all it is, but I can definitely resend it or something like that. So just mark, 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 letting that brush make these little swipes and following in the shape of your wings. Kind of up, over, and down. And that is it on this. And I like these a little thick, so I don't know if you can tell that I'm putting these marks. I've got some pretty good load of paint on there when I do it, and I'll let that dry. It'll be dry tonight. It doesn't take that long to dry, but it looks really pretty. I know, it's so true, Liz. It's so true. I'm about to start doing... Do you think that would help? I think I'd be willing to do anything at this point. Here's me painting my nails. Here. Oh, good, Terry. That's my plan too. I want, yes, the white shimmer. This is it, white pearl. Thank you, Inga. Were you on here when I showed your cards earlier? You can see them sitting here. They are beautiful. She's so good to me. You guys just are so good. Okay, then on our little chubby one, I'm going to fix her up a little bit. Give her a bigger face that kind of comes down a little more. Okay, so I'm not going to get done in 30 minutes. Big surprise. But it won't take much longer. But when I teach, and I love to teach so that you guys will try it, it does end up making me take longer. But I can pump these out pretty quick if I'm not. Okay, so white and pink. Back on this one, we're going to do one more round. This one's much more subtle because I'm making it that way. It's not quite as... This one is very, you know... What's the word, y'all? I don't know. Like I said, words are hard. I don't know why my brain isn't giving me descriptors. Thank you guys for the stars. Did anybody answer? Are we in some kind of a stars party? Running late. Oh, thank. Well, I'm glad you're here. Hi, Tina. Oh, Brookie. Oh, well, I am so glad you're there. I seriously am. I know, you know, I try to prepare myself because I know everybody can't stay forever, but I do get so close to y'all. Okay, we're going to do some little flowers. Let's start on this one. She's a little drier, and look, she needs another coat too. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Well, they're simple, so you can, you know, if anybody, that's why I like to do these, because sometimes people are like, oh, I just love that. I wish I could do that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you can. I've got to show you. So then I'm like, well, put that on the list because I just really want y'all to know you can do it. Yeah, I don't know if they still do them. I haven't had one in months. You know that, Christy. I mean months. So I'm going to do circles. Little circle, little circle. They're not perfect. I like them obviously a little imperfect because they're supposed to be flowers. And take that pink and do the light pink in the middle. I'm going to get out a little green. I like this eucalyptus green or eucalyptus leaf for this type of painting. I don't know why, but it's just my go-to for this. And it's just the perfect leaf color. And you're just doing basically little like this and this. That's your leaf. So think of a football and think of that shape, and that will help you with these little leaves. And obviously you don't have to do much because they're so tiny. So if you're like, well, that doesn't look like a leaf, it's okay. Nobody will know it. It's just a tiny little mark, really. So there's a few. Let's put a couple on the outsides, like so. We're going to set that aside, let that dry, and then we'll do a little more to it. So back to this brush, and on her, I'm going to do pink, pink, imperfect circles, and then the fuchsia in the middle. You can do these however you want. You could even do these for any time and just make blue or yellow or whatever. You could put sunflowers on here. You could, you know, it doesn't have to be just like this one. And then let me grab that smaller brush. And again, a few leaves. Can also do these in hearts. So let me show you, you know how you do a heart like a little, like this and like this, kind of bring, that's basically what we're doing here. So you can either do a heart or make that an upside down heart and you've got a couple of leaves. Does that make sense? So whatever works for you and helps you to keep it easy. Hi Rita, how are you tonight? You ordered the brushes. Awesome. Good, Jill. Did you, which ones did you get? I have a couple of sets that I love. Okay. Now I'll start back on this one. I'm going to take a little white. Let me grab that smaller of the two. This is a 3. That is a 2. That's small enough. Just grab a little white on the tip of this brush and then kind of come in here and mark, mark, mark. If you have, you can let this dry and then use like a marker. You don't have to use paint. You could use a marker for this entire card, in fact, but you know I like to show you guys how to do it with paint. Just a few little, very tiny, because this is such a tiny flower. You don't need a lot. And do the same thing over here. The black round ones. Oh, yes, yes. Good. Well, let me know how you like them. The set that I'm using right this second came from Temu, and I love them. Now, they're not, you know, the best quality, but they work good. So I have no trouble getting a pretty painting using them. If you have trouble finding them, this, I don't think the brand matters. It says like W-O-R something S-O-N. I don't know what that letter is. Warrison maybe, but you'll see them. And I think different companies put out this same set. Now, for the green leaves, I'm going to take a little green and then take a little white and make a really light green. And just tap right on top of what I've already done. So putting it on the tip of this brush and tap just right, you know, because this leaf is so tiny that we're just kind of tapping on it. See if y'all can see that. Doesn't take much. Be sure if you send me an ATC, you're welcome to request. So like if you're like, I love that angel, I want that angel, just write that on the envelope. You can come in blue. Write it on the envelope or, you know, on the card you send it or whatever. And I will try to give you one of these. So just let me know. Or if you see another one I've done that you love. Okay, so we've got these. Let's do a couple of eyes. I'm going to use a pit pen for the rest. I am going to dry this a little bit. We're almost done. We've gone over a little bit, but not too much. But that's okay. We were having fun chit-chatting, and I was showing you things, so that takes longer. Keep it moving. Don't let this bubble your paint. Yeah, that's right, Cynthia. Give her a few scratches behind the ear. Her daddy left, so she's trying to get in this room, and she can't dare be alone, you know. Have to be by herself for 5 minutes. Okay, let's see. Hi, Elizabeth. Good to see you popping in. How are you? I'm going to take my pit pen, and I like to kind of be scratchy with it. So on the angels, I usually am pretty soft with it. So, you know, you can do either, but these are, you know, I don't know, scratchy just doesn't quite feel right for me. So I'm not perfect with it. So it kind of looks a little scratchy, but overall, I'm just kind of going for a little line around everything. You can skip this part if you don't like it, or you can use paint. You know, if you want to go around it in the pink, you can do that. It's still a little scratchy because that's just how I do it, is not a perfect straight line, you know. I kind of lift my pen off a lot. You do need your paint 100% dry in order to use your pens, or you will ruin them. If they touch that wet paint, they're done for. Oh, that's right. Oh, I'm so glad you reminded me. I think I put that on my calendar, but I'm glad you did remind me. So many prayers for him, Andrea. Let him know. He's been through so much. And also with the other recent thing. So I've really prayed for him and for you too. So please let him know that we're praying. Okay, so there's kind of what it looks like once you get that pit pen. So you can decide if you like that look, and if you don't, just skip it and leave it like that. Oh, thanks, Elizabeth. Well, I just showed how utterly simple they are to do. And I think everybody should do one and give it to somebody that needs a little reminder about Breast Cancer Awareness Month, or just needs a sweet little happy mail, you know. But you're going to hear me you're going to hear me talking and hear me pushing, getting your mammogram. And if you need a buddy, you can send me a message, because I've got to get one myself. I said I was going to do it last year. I didn't. I felt guilty because I never got it done. So this year, I'm not going to go one more year without it. It's been way too long. And some of y'all even pushed me last year. Deb, go do it. I was like, I know I am. And then I didn't. Okay, so there you go. 2 simple, sweet little cards. Now, here's the thing. I was thinking, I don't think I will on these, but I gave this to the VIP group this morning and the Patreon friends this morning, but I'm going to just show you what you could do. Let me cut this out. So they've got a lot of printables to be able to use on their cards and stuff. Oh, Tina, I've still not gotten to go because of my back. Oh, my goodness. I would have sent Ron if I had remembered. I'm so sorry I have not been. I bet it's there. I can't wait to go. I'll go tomorrow, I think. Or I'll send him if I can't. I know. I'm so excited to go see. So you can just type out what you want if you want to use something like this. But I thought this was such a cute idea. I just don't think this is the card that I want to use this on. You know, I think the card is so pretty that I don't really want to put mammogram date, but I might do it on the back. So here's the plan, is to glue this on the back, and I'll show you what I use. I need to give some things away, so y'all can start, I don't know, commenting if you haven't already, just so that I have a good pool to draw from. And I'm going to just go back to doing the easiest way, is to just grabbing some names when I'm live. I tried doing the wheel, that thing, gosh, that took forever. Putting everybody's name on a wheel. Y'all just have to have grace with me, because I feel so bad when, you know, I can't, it's luck of the draw. And I don't want anybody to be mad that they didn't get chosen. And it's just one of those things. But what I'm sending is just little fun stuff. So don't feel bad if I don't pick you. You know, it's just some things you can use in your ATC. So I'm kind of putting that in the middle, because I probably cut my watercolor paper a little bit too wide. And then trim the edges just a bit. Thank you, Lori. But I thought having if you pull your queens out of your stack, I think that's kind of cute, you know, because we're all queens, right? Don't want to cut off her head. And I just got a little ink or a little paint right there. Okay, so that's what I would do. I would take the pretty, leave it pretty, and then put this on the back somewhere. Let me just cut it down a little more and see. So have mammogram date, and then the line, like that. That's good. And I'm just going to leave off reminder. We don't need that. And on the other one, I might do this one. This is my favorite glue so far. Now, y'all can tell me if you have one that you like that works really well and things don't come off. Because sometimes when I receive ATC cards, things have popped off, and it's just because the heat, you know, Texas is 100 degrees every day. So I'm sure the heat is just kind of melting the glue enough to where things pop off. But this glue seems like it's very good. So this is my go-to glue. Oh, good, Mary. I'm so proud for you. Some of y'all have said that, and I'm so glad. So it's called Nuvo, N-U-V-O, Deluxe Adhesive Clear Drying Craft Glue. I'm sure there's others that are less expensive and just as good. It's just that I don't know. I didn't know which one to get. And so I just did some research, and that one seemed to be perfect for me. So that's what I got. And I do love it. But if y'all have one that's better or less expensive, you can definitely let us know. Okay, so then on this one, she's so chubby, it cracks me up. I don't want to send that to anybody. They're going to think, why'd I get the chubby one? And then just, you know, have Breast Cancer Awareness Month on one. So that's the, yeah, I'll break that in two. That's the idea for tonight. Okay. Let me get my little notepad. I'm ready to go because if you have, let me just say this right now. If you have won Happy Mail in the last, I'd say 2 weeks, will you please send me a messenger message and let me know? I want to be sure that I have you down because especially, well, I won't say especially. I want to be sure that I don't miss anybody. And it's possible because this was missing for a few days, a few lives. So I'll just use my Pip pen. This is Nuvo, N-U-V-O. And I love it. It works great. I don't know. I guess that's just all you need to know is Nuvo Deluxe Adhesive Craft Glue. And I just got it on Amazon. I know, isn't the queen cute? I think that's a cute thing to do. So I only had 4, but you know, we'll use them. I'm so glad too, Vonda. I'm going to scroll up and down a few times. Let's do, I'm so glad to be back. I'm going to do 5. Y'all, that's a lot. We'll do 5. And then, you know me, I'm going to do this a lot. I just have to. It's so fun, and it's not much. It's little things, so don't get your hopes up for anything big. It's just little things for me to say thank you. I appreciate you. You know, thanks for being here live. Okay, popping on to Elizabeth Bauer. Elizabeth, are you still on? She's getting Happy Mail. I know she doesn't need it and probably already has a million things, but oh, I just lost. Oh, I didn't. Yep, I lost my comments, y'all. I accidentally, I don't know what I hit, but now I'm back to only having about 10 comments. Why does it do that to me? Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Do any of y'all use a iPad? And I don't know what I hit down here, but it does it. It's done it before. Oh, good. Well, you won, sister. Do you want me to send you some ATC stuff? Will you make one if I send it? Oh, I'm glad you were here to get picked. I'm just going to have to wait a second. Y'all bear with me. Keep making comments if you want to win so I can I apologize. I don't know. Good, Nelda. I don't know what I did or what I touched to make that happen. Thank you for sprinkling, Lisa. Found blank playing cards. That's great. Yeah. I love that. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. That's just my fat fingers, probably. Oh, is that right? Listen, I'll pray for you too, Dana. Because that has happened to me twice. And so it is scary. And one time they were at the point of about to do a biopsy, and then they had a really, really good specialist looked at it and said, no need, that's fine. So, you know, I think that happens to a lot of us ladies, but we will pray that it will be just fine for you. Oh yeah, Debbie, that does happen too. Yeah. Thank you, Luana, for sprinkling. Okay, let me see if we have enough. We'll have enough. Y'all keep commenting because we have 4 more names to draw. So I'm just going to go back and forth on what I have here. It's not that many. Stop. I've got Patty Tumlinson. Mary Tao, how are you? That's what you said. Thank you guys for sprinkling. I appreciate it, Susan. You love the chubby girl. It's a Deb Angel. I try so hard, but man, I feel like I lose and then I gain and then I lose and I gain. Because I don't try hard you know, like I'll have like a relapse and where I'm just like, no, give me the cookie. Okay, let me do again. Oh, I landed on Patty again. Hold on. We need somebody different this time. I'm going to try to... Oh, goodness. I thought I lost my comments again. Y'all got this. Connie Henry Reed. Hi, Connie. Well, I'm glad you won, Connie. You're my third. You said, oh, no. You got a new iPhone? Oh, my goodness. Did you get the new one? I want it so bad. I'm going to get it. It's just going to be a matter of time. I'm saving. I definitely want it. We're going again for number 4. Luana Graham said, love angels. And I'm glad you do. One more. Is the pink? Yes, it is Bubblegum Pink. Royal Fuchsia. I used, of course, white. For my skin color, I used sable brown and white with just a touch of the pink and then our white pearl. So there you go. Okay, let's draw for the last one. Oh, now we got a lot of good comments. Okay, now this will be good. Monica Davis. I found blank playing cards on Temu. All right, ladies, if you didn't win, please don't worry. We'll do this again. We have all month, and I've got lots of things to send. And I'm going to give you a hint. If you're on my email list, go read your email. There's a little surprise. Hi, Monica. Well, I'm glad you made it at the very end. But here we go. These are what we did tonight. I appreciate you being here and doing... Oh, we forgot to put eyes. Nobody reminded me to put her eyes. For eyes, I do this. I start at the middle, curve up, and go out. So, curve up and go out. It might even be easier to turn it sideways, you know, and you could kind of do like a S, sort of like that. What do y'all think? But that's how I do little eyes on angels. So, up and out. Up and out. And that's all I do. I almost forgot to do that. There we go. You guys have a great night. You sure lifted my spirits, I'll tell you that. So thanks for being here. Let's see if y'all can see what I'm holding up. Can y'all see? Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for sharing and just all the fun. It was great. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you on Wednesday for sure. I'll see my VIP group tomorrow. And thank you guys for helping make comments and, you know, all that you do for my page. I appreciate you so much. Have a good night. Bye-bye.